No, that's the answer you came looking for. No, kind of. Probably not is what I should be saying. Hey folks, my name's Globku, anime games expert. Some people say I work for Bandai Namco. I'm not one of those people. What am I even talking about? Should I be drinking on the job? I was gonna tell my boss.
Foda-se, já vi toda. Caputa.
You came here because you want to know if Goku is the only playable character in DBZ Kakarot, or if you'll have other options, other characters to play as. Because every time that question gets asked in an interview, the answer is...
So, in terms of how characters outside of Goku are handled in the game, I can't reveal any details at this moment.
This non-answer that they kept giving during E3 was actually packed with a lot of information. When you're making a game like this, you have a marketing plan. You know when you're gonna reveal a trailer, you know when you're gonna reveal gameplay, and you know when you're gonna reveal certain features. And those features could be characters, gameplay mechanics, boss fights, etc. And when there's a clearly defined marketing plan and you know that you're gonna reveal that stuff at some point, that's when these non-answers usually start to pop up. Unfortunately, we can't reveal anything right now, but if Goku was actually the only playable character, I don't think the answer would be as shady as this. Traditionally, when this happens, publishers are very upfront about who you can play as. This happens because when the game comes out, if you're expecting more than one playable character, then there's gonna be backlash. With backlash come bad reviews, bad press for your game, so they set the expectations low. A very recent example of that was One Piece World Seeker. At the time, the question in everyone's mind was whether or not you could play as the entire crew, or if you had to play as Luffy. And when they first had the game playable at a convention, which was Gamescom, so this is a similar time frame to Dragon Ball Z Kakarot 83, this was their answer. Will Luffy be the one character we play, or is the Mugiwara crew also potentially playable?
今回は完全にルフィだけでプレイできるゲームとなっています。
So the fact that they're being this shady hints at other characters being playable, but that said, this is very thin evidence. Luckily, there are other hints we can look at. During these interviews, when they tell us they can't tell us anything, usually that's accompanied by certain promises.
In terms of can the player get behind the controller and actually play as another character, I can't reveal anything at this moment, but what I can say is we tried to stay very, very true to the Dragon Ball Z experience. So as if you picked up the manga and read it, we wanted to recreate that as accurately as possible. I don't think we're going to leave the fans disappointed.
While vague, this statement does show their confidence. Saying that fans won't be disappointed is, well, that's kind of an impossible promise. Everyone has different expectations. Someone will always be disappointed by this game. But if you're using that when replying to this question of whether or not there will be other playable characters, then I can only interpret that their will to not disappoint as being that yes, there will be other characters to play as. On its own, this proves nothing, but the amount of hints starts to pile up and it starts to take shape. Here's another hint. We've all seen this gameplay, right? Did you notice the side quest text? As Goku, head out to defeat the rampaging robot. As Goku? What do you mean as Goku? Do you mean to tell me that I could be doing side quests as other characters, but this one specifically has to be done with Goku? Is that what you're telling me? At first I didn't even notice this. I only saw it after watching the Tech Raptor interview where he asked the same question.
So when I was playing the demo, I noticed that the side quest would say, as Goku do this, or as Goku do that. Is that maybe some kind of hint toward you might be able to play other characters?
Now this was a very smart way of putting this question, so props to Tech Raptor for putting the question like this, and it did trigger this reaction.
Oh, good question.
Do you want another hint? Sure, I've got plenty left. Do I? There's probably like 2 more. The game menu. When you open up the game menu, it has an item called characters. And at first, I thought this would be to check on your companions, like Piccolo, who just hangs out with you during this whole demo. And maybe this was the menu where you could switch partners in case you had more available, but then what's the party menu for? Feels a bit redundant, right? So the running theory now is that the party menu is to decide who's in and outside of your party whenever you have more characters available, and the characters menu is to select a playable character. Now there is a chance that the party menu is just for deciding exactly who's in and outside your party, and the characters menu is just for checking everyone's stats, for instance. Which is why this is a hint and not a confirmation, but hey, another hint to join the pile. Do you got time for one more? Because I got nowhere to be. This is empty. The fighting system itself is very interchangeable. When you look at Goku's moves, the way he fights, the way the moves connect, it's almost like you could replace Goku's model with someone else's and have it be just as credible. Of course, you'd have to change the special moves, but everything else could remain the same. His normal punches, kicks, ki blasts. Even if you were to give them different animations, you wouldn't need to change hitboxes, hurtboxes, damage, special effects, and that makes it so much easier to put other playable characters in the game. So with the combat system being built like this, I can only imagine that playing as other characters was already in the developers' minds. So that's how many hints? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hints that indicate that there will be other playable characters. Each one of these hints on their own is very thin evidence, but all of them combined strongly suggest other playable characters. That said, you should definitely expect Goku to be the star of the game, because even if there are other playable characters, that doesn't mean they'll be available to you at all times. That doesn't mean you can free roam the environment and explore with Vegeta, for instance. Their presence could very well be limited to specific fights, to specific moments in the story, or maybe it's on a character by character basis. For instance, I just can't picture Vegeta fishing by wagging his tail in the lake. This game from its very conception was always about putting you, the player, in Goku's shoes. Not only going through his battles, but actually living his day-to-day life. Whether that's fun gameplay or not, we'll find out later. But here's what the guys told Tech Raptor about this game's very concept.
High-level concept of this game was this sort of hyper Goku experience, fully immersive Goku experience.
We've already got some screenshots confirming that Snake Way will be a thing. You'll train with King Kai, so even when he's dead, you'll mostly be following Goku. Even if there are other playable characters, that doesn't mean you'll be able to play Yamcha versus the Cyberman. Heck, that doesn't mean you'll be able to play anyone versus Nappa. It could be super specific. The Namek arc, for instance, there's a long stretch of episodes where Goku is doing nothing. He's traveling to Namek on his own, in his spaceship, and he's training and pushing the muffin button. So who are you playing as in these screenshots? Are they just cutscenes? There's a very long period of time in Namek where Goku just isn't there. Are we gonna watch a very long movie and not play against Dodoria? Looking at how good his model is, I can't believe that he's just gonna be in the game for a couple of seconds. So this is probably when you take control of another character. It could be Krillin, it could be Gohan, it could be both, maybe even Vegeta, who knows? And now that I think of it, these screenshots, they are hint number 6. We got 6 hints. So to summarize and answer the question in the title again, is Goku the only playable character in Dragon Ball Z Kakarot? No. Probably not. There are several hints pointing towards other playable characters. Who they are and to what extent you'll be able to play as them, that remains a mystery, but Goku is certainly the star of this game. You will spend most of your time playing as Goku, even if there are moments where you can pick another character. As you might imagine, this video took a lot of research, and videos that take a long time to make like this are only possible thanks to Premium Bushes. They are fans like you who just want to see this channel succeed, and in return they get to be a part of this community that has tournaments every Saturday, exclusive live streams every Wednesday, and live Q&A every Friday. So if you want to help us continue to deliver quality anime gaming content, go premium like these top supporters right here. And as always, thank you very much for watching. My name is Globku, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.